Welcome back, everyone, to syracuse.com's SOS Spotlight Athlete of the Week, where every week we're joined by some of Section 3's top athletes. This week, we're very happy to be joined live from Baldwinsville High School by Taylor Tripodi, star softball pitcher. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Taylor started off just about as hot as anybody. She, the other day, struck out 18 hitters, which was all the outs in the game. Every out was a strikeout, which is a very rare accomplishment. And she has a long history of big strikeout games. So that was just par for the course. So we'd like to start there. When you're in a game like that, are you aware that basically nobody is touching you, or how many strikeouts you have at the moment?
I think I realized that I had a lot of strikeouts, but not as many as I thought. But when I'm out there, I'm just thinking like next pitch, or like what's going to happen if they hit the ball? Like what's the next thing? Like I don't think that much about my strikeouts.
Well, strikeouts to a pitcher is like say a home run to a hitter. In the moment, does it give you, tremendous satisfaction each strikeout? You out thinking the hitter, or is it more of a big picture thing where, it's just getting the W that's all that matters?
I think that in the moment it's really exciting because it like gets me ready for the next hitter, and like all the team behind me is like excited, so it gets me excited, and I think it helps me pitch better.
Well, your coach has mentioned that he allows you and your catcher to call the game, which is a very unique situation. Most coaches will call a game for the pitchers, so that puts the responsibility, the sort of thinking on the shoulders of you and your catcher. That's very challenging. How do you approach that? It's just another thing to have to worry about during a game. Have you found that to be sort of an easy responsibility?
I think that I'd rather call my own pitches because like I like study the batter and like see where they are in the box, and me and my catcher work together because we've practiced together like all year before the season started. And I think that since we've worked together so much that we both know what pitches to pitch and everything, because like we're in the game.
Well, you have a lot of experience pitching. I believe you said you started playing softball when you were 5 or 6 and then started pitching soon thereafter. I don't know if you remember that far back, but can you recall the first time you thought, yeah, this pitching thing's pretty cool. This is for me. This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I was at my first pitching lesson with my pitching coach that I've had since I started. Her name's Lindsay. She's great. And I just remember pitching, and it was just like exciting to learn like a new position, like instead of just like playing infield or outfield, which I love to do, but like pitching is just like I was in control, and like I could, if I messed up, it was on me and it wasn't on anyone else. And I like that because like I'd want to be in control of the game and like pitch my pitches and like do well for the team.
Well, part of the complications of playing a spring sport around here is that the weather is very iffy, as we saw yesterday. You were fortunate enough to be able to go down to Myrtle Beach with your team when you pitched a few games. Tell me a little bit about the life down there. And obviously softball is fun, but it's fun getting away in the weather, walking along the beach. Tell us a little about some of the things you experienced down there with your team.
We did everything together, which was nice. Like we were in the hotel together. We got to like bond as a team together, and like we hung out. We went on the beach. Like we went to some attractions in Myrtle Beach, like Broadway on the beach, and like we got to hang out all together and like learn new things about each other. And I think that's really helped us as a team, and like on and off the field. Like I think that we work really well together now because of Myrtle Beach.
When you get back up here, as you notice a huge weather change, do you have to adjust your throwing patterns or throwing regimen because of the weather? It's early in the season. How do you approach the start of the season as far as pitch limits, pitch counts, that sort of thing?
I think that when we were down in Myrtle Beach, like it was so warm that I was never like my muscles never got cold or anything. So like I could warm up a little bit and like be fine for the game. But up here, like I need to warm up more and make sure like when I'm in the dugout, like my arm is warm and everything. And like if I sit for too long, it's hard to go back out there because it's so cold out. Like at our Central Square game, it was so cold. It was like it rained at the end and everything. But like as long as I warm up a little longer, like than usual, then usually everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. Your coach mentioned that he's had a bunch of good players at Baldwinsville through the years, but you might be the most competitive of all. And again, there's been a lot of good players there, so that's really saying something. Would you agree with that? And where do you think that competitiveness comes from?
I think I'm competitive, but like in a good way. Like I want to win and I want the whole team to win. I think it just comes from playing softball for so long because like you lose and you win, but like the wins are so exciting with your team and like everyone winning together and everyone coming together. So I think that competitiveness comes from playing for so long.
Well, he mentioned that even in inter-squad scrimmages, you like your teammates, but when you're pitching to them, they might as well be foes. You're not giving them any breaks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also your intensity sort of carries over between pitches. You like to, when you get the ball back from the catcher, circle around to the infielders and outfielders after every pitch and shout out how many outs there are, even though the number of outs may not have changed. So a little bit of routine superstition. How did that start, and what did that do for you?
I think it started because like I would pitch the pitch, then get right back on the mound and be ready to pitch the next one. So it gives me time to breathe and like time to think. So then I can like walk around, make sure everyone knows the amount of outs and like then get myself together and then get on the mound and ready to pitch the next pitch.
Well, Baldwinsville was off to a great start this year, and you're one of the better teams in the division. And looking at perhaps another run to the sectional finals. Last year, you lost to CNS, another strong team. You were pitching then. Do you think much about that game? Does it motivate you much this year, or is it just a completely separate year?
I think it motivates me, like, because knowing like that we lost, it sucks. But like, I push it away because we're ready for this year, and I think that the whole team's ready to be and win the sectional this year, the sectional final.
Well, this spring will be extra important for you because while you are going to college, SUNY Geneseo, you will not be playing softball. As of now, you are pursuing your academic interests. What will you major in? What do you want to be?
I want to major in adolescent education and math, so I want to be a math teacher.
And softball and sports ends at some point for pretty much everybody. A lot of people do play it in college. You're obviously very talented. Was it a hard decision to go to a college where you will not be playing softball and in effect give up the sport within the next few weeks?
It is really hard because I do love softball, but at the same time, I love Geneseo and it was my number one choice. And they have a really good education program. So, and I want to focus on my academics more than softball, but I'd love to play club softball or just like keep pitching like on my own because I never like want to lose the sport.
When you look back at your time at Beeville, what will be your biggest memory or perhaps the thing you'll miss the most from your pitching career there?
I think my biggest memory was when I came up on varsity freshman year and we played in the sectional finals against CNS and I had to pitch. And I think I did pretty well. And I was really proud of the team and everything. And I loved the team that year. Like we gelled really well. And I think the thing I'm going to miss most is just like the team in general, like having all my friends and like seeing them every day and working hard together to win.
Okay. Well, we'll let Taylor get back to class within a few minutes and then practice later today. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be back next week with another top athlete from Section 3 and syracuse.com's SOS Spotlight Athlete of the Week. Have a good week, everybody.